Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about Awakening the Machine, which is one of the world activities of the War Within expansion. I'm naming this video like Vampire Survivors mode for World of Warcraft because it kind of was like that, but isn't really like that anymore. I'll explain. This game mode might have had the most amount of changes I've ever seen in a beta cycle, but we are now on the release candidate and I think it's time to finally talk about Awakening the Machine. But before we go into everything you need to know about this event, I just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, War Within Beta, pre-patch, launch, all that good stuff, over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Right, so Awakening the Machine. I've actually been doing notes for this since like early alpha when it came in. It's actually crazy. I mentioned it in an old video and I've just been keeping an eye on what's been going on with it, and it's had so many changes, and honestly at one point I thought they were scrapping it, but they haven't, and it's now the release candidate and it is here, and it's kind of a shell of its former self, but it does have some parts of that old self still in there to make it super fun at times. So let's just dive into it. So Awakening the Machine is a new solo world event, which is very similar to Proving Grounds. Now this is unlocked at Renown 3 with the Assembly of the Deep's reputation, so you're going to get it pretty quick. And this is a level 80 activity in the Ringing Deeps. This activity doesn't require a currency, and you can do it as many times as you like if you really want to. So once you've spoken to Speaker Kuldus in the Ringing Deeps, you'll get teleported into the Halls of Awakening. So you'll be in this circle room with Speaker Kuldus in the middle. Now the main focus here for you is to not die because that'll end the round, or to let Speaker Kuldus die because that will also end the round. So once you're ready to begin, you speak to Kuldus and that will begin the event. Now what will begin to happen is waves of NPCs will begin to appear. Obviously you need to kill them. They're going to try and kill Speaker Kuldus, and you do not want Speaker Kuldus to die. So every wave it gets harder and harder, and you'll have a break every 5 waves. During the break, you can do whatever you want. You can heal up Kuldus if you want. You can heal yourself up if you like. But once you're ready to go, you speak to him once again, and another 5 waves will come, progressively getting harder with different types of NPCs, things to interrupt, things to stand in, and just things to just stop Kuldus from dying. From wave 10 onwards, you'll actually get heal bots spawning around, so it actually kind of gets a little bit easier because you can kill these heal bots and they drop potions which heal you and him. Now, healer classes can just heal him regularly if you really wanted to, but non-healer classes are going to find it a lot easier from wave 10. Now, once you reach and defeat wave 20, the event will end. You'll get ported out and you'll be able to obtain all the rewards you've earned. Now, we'll talk about rewards in a minute, but I do want to talk about the powers. So, in the first version of this was very much like Vampire Survivors. You would go in, you would pick a power every 5 levels, and you'd get stronger and stronger as it went on. It actually ended at wave 50 before, so it did get really crazy, and you just used to get super powerful, and it was just like, you know, it was crazy. It was kind of like a mad Torghast of sorts. But what's happened now is the powers have been pretty much removed. Once you reach Renown 7 with the Assembly of the Deeps, you get a new reward called Toolboxes. Now, when you're flying around the Ringing Deeps and snuffling, which essentially is just like picking up dirt, you know, like you did in Dragonflight, you'll get a toolbox. Now, these items are unique, so you can only have one at a time. When you go into the Awakening Machine with this toolbox, you can spawn it, and those old powers, which were there previously, are now obtainable, but only once. You only get one choice. Beforehand, they would stack, and as mentioned, you get them every 5. So there is some powers here. I don't know how many people are going to really use them. I can, you know, defeat all the way up to wave 20 fairly easily, and I'm not really the best player in the world. But if you do want to get some extra power just to help you out with this, you can go collect toolboxes around the Ringing Deeps. So let's talk about the rewards. Why are we doing this? So from the event itself, you get rewards every 5 waves. So it's a total of 20. So if you want to basically complete the whole thing, you'll have a bar indicating how far you've got. Now, once you've completed all 20, you will get different chests. Now, these chests will contain various different things. They'll contain resonance crystals, which are like Dragon Isle supplies. They'll contain reputation, which is going to be a big help if you're grinding reputation for the Assembly of the Deeps. This is obviously once per character because, you know, warbands. It'll have Valor Stones, crests, a chance at veteran level gear, and a chance of a transmog set. So this is a 3-piece set which does come from the Awakening Machine. So yeah, not too sure on the chances of that. I've had 1 piece so far. It used to come from achievements, but yeah, whatever. And you can pick up those rewards once a week, so this is going to be a part of your weekly rotation. Now, another reason to do it weekly if you wanted to is the fact that it is actually a choice in the weekly Kaz Algar quest. Now, the weekly quest for the War Within has multiple choices, like world quests, dungeons, snuffling, and awakening the machine. The awakening the machine version of the weekly quest requires you to do 20 waves inside awakening the machine. Now, these can actually be done over time and not all at once, so if you're not as good to do 20 at once, you could do 5 and then 10, etc. The weekly quest does reward a ton of stuff, including Resonance Crystals, Valor Stones, Crests, Gold, Veteran Gear, Delve Keys, and Kej, which is another currency. So if you do find Awakening the Machine really easy, that's going to be a super easy win for you to do the weekly quest doing this activity. There's actually another weekly quest in the Ringing Deeps, which does rotate, which is to complete 20 waves once again in the Awakening the Machine activity. This rewards Valor Stones, Crests, Gold, Veteran Gear, and a Delve Key. So essentially, if that quest is up, you could do 2 weekly quests for a bunch of gear, and of course you get the rewards from completing the event. And also on top of all of that, there is an achievement which actually rewards a mount. So this achievement is called It's Not Much, but It's Honest Work. All this requires you to do is reach wave 20 and kill the Awakened Phalanx. This actually rewards the Machine Defense Unit 111 mount, which is a recolor of the 3 million gold engineering mount. It's an awesome skywriting mount. It's one of my favorites of the new expansion, and it's super easy to get. So in the old version, there was a bunch of different achievements for each wave, which rewarded cosmetics and things like that, but it is very much a shell of its former self. The version we have now is okay. I don't hate it, but I really think the original version was so much better. Having those powers and getting super strong, you could even take 5 people in there if you really wanted to. However, it wasn't scaling, but you get the idea. You know, it was a lot of fun, and I guess the vision for it definitely changed over the beta development, but this is what we ended up with. So yeah, Awakening the Machine. Let me know down below what you think of this event. Are you going to do it? Is this going to be your weekly choice? Are you going to completely avoid it? Let me know down below. So if you like this video, guys, please do leave a like on it and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, I'm also on Patreon and I'm on Twitter at MrGMYT, and I have a partner Discord channel as well. And as mentioned earlier, I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. We'll be streaming World of Warcraft, War Within, launch, pre-patch, beta, Awakening the Machine. We've done so much testing on that. So yeah, if you want to check me out on stream, guys, twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.